Hey everybody, ZachRunners92 here. I know it's late in the day, but I had to do my work, or my job, earlier today. I'm hoping you guys like the new background. I moved it from my other part of the room to where it shows my movies and my DVDs. My VHSs are actually, sorry, right over here to my left. I'm going to actually let you see right there. That's where I keep most of my VHS tapes. And my DVDs, movies are right here. You can see some of my controllers and everything back here. But, small room tour. But by today's video, for Movie Memories Monday, you can probably tell what this is going to be for by the title and the thumbnail. Sorry the thumbnail makes me look like I'm angry. I'm not. It's just the lighting and the shadows. But it's going to be for Pokemon, the Indigo League, the complete series on DVD. I'm only covering this one. I'm not going to do Orange Island or any of the Johtos yet. On a later date, yes. But it was a toss-up between this series and another TV series I was going to review today, or talk about my past with it. But since Pokemon Gold and Silver re-released on the 3DS's Virtual Console, and I've been having a lot of fun playing that, even though I do also have the physical games too. Going to talk about one of my childhood shows. Growing up, obviously, since I'm a Christian, I wasn't allowed to watch Pokemon growing up. But, though I see the reasons why Pokemon has some things that I believe shouldn't be in it, but if I just pretty much ignore what they do wrong and, like, pretty much the innocent part of Pokemon, that's why I like Pokemon a lot, was because of all the stuff it did right compared to what it did wrong. But every show, every franchise has something wrong with it. When it comes to, like, old TV shows, newer TV shows especially. Let's see. The first episode was Pikachu, I Choose You, where Ash gets his first Pokemon, which most people by now know is Pikachu, who originally didn't like Ash. Didn't like him until Ash tried to protect him from all these Spearows. Then Pikachu ran up on top of his shoulder and used thunder with the help of the actual thunderstorm, gave him some extra electrical power, which took out all the Spearow and also them as well. Well, almost anyway. They almost passed out. They kind of, I think were just knocked down for a while, but they didn't actually fully get KO'd that I remember. Pokemon, the first episodes I remember seeing was definitely Kanto. I think I started watching it, I think close to when it came out here in the United States. I don't remember. I think that was sometime in the late 90s. I know it was like 1997 or 1998 around here. In Japan, I think it was a little earlier, but we got it a year or so afterwards. Pokemon's, Pikachu's always been my favorite ever since then. And that's why I also like Ash Ketchum, because he's awesome. And I do have his outfit from last year for work. And there we go. I never actually got to unbox this on my channel because this was something that, for some reason, I didn't think and didn't put it on my channel. Wish I did, because that would have been awesome if I did that for you guys. But might as well get you a sneak peek of what it would be if I would have unboxed it. We got Pikachu on the first disc, Bulbasaur on the other, and Upside Down Charmander. There we go. Nice. Yeah, I believe they have all had 26 episodes on each case. This one has Jesse, James, Ekans, Ekans, Coughing, and Meowth on the cover. And here's the back if you're wanting to know. See, the inside of this one has Squirtle, then Meowth, then Slowpoke. It's an interesting choice for Slowpoke, I guess. And my light went out again. Wish I had professional lighting. And then the last DVD set, which has Charizard, Primeape, Pikachu, and Horsey on the cover. That actually makes a lot more sense though than because Ash's Primeape, his Charizard, and Missy's Horsey, and obviously Ash's Pikachu. Then we got Pidgeotto, which is supposed to be Ash's. We got Brock's Vulpix, and we got Arcanine, which is kind of a random one. Let's see. Some of my favorite episodes from the original Indigo League. It's a really, really tough one because this series was so good. I think some of my favorites was Bye Bye Butterfree, the episode where he got Charmander, Pikachu's Goodbye. The list goes on. I really like this season. And I think one of my other favorite episodes is when they go into, I think it was like, was it the Blackout? Where like this whole city was almost abandoned and hate Pokemon trainers, and when they came in, they started throwing rocks and stuff at Ash and the gang and all those Pokemon. And he told Pikachu to use Thunderbolt, I believe, on these kids who were throwing it at him. The reason why I really like that, sorry guys, that episode is because when Ash's Pikachu found ketchup, he was obsessed by licking it and had so much emotion in his eyes. And that, what was it? When the Scyther cut open the ketchup bottle, Pikachu's like little cries you can hear in the background, like he's very sad about it. It was hilarious. Love that episode. Let's see, another good one would be... Man, hey, sorry guys. Thought this cough was gone. I'd say another good one was when Ash got all of his starters. I really like those. Like how Misty gets Horsey. Though it was a little bit of an odd one too. A little bit. I think there was, I'm not sure if it's in this season or not, but the episode where what was it? Bruno, I think his name was, the Elite Four. One of the Elite Four trainers who seen this gigantic Onyx and the Sandslash was stuck in its body. That was a pretty hilarious episode. And then that obviously cheesy line that Brock says, "I'm going to use this frying pan as a drying pan." And then the jelly-filled donut, all these memes and all that. Just this season is just so filled with memories. I just love it. And I really also like this nice package set that came out in 2014. But yeah, out of all of them, I think there's maybe one VHS I think I got for the actual anime for the first generation. I found at my local Goodwill for 50 cents. I have them on DVD already, but I love this as a collector's purpose wise. I found this for 50 cents. Pokemon Thundershock on VHS. Let's see if I can... I think it's on this. Yep, it's the same on each side. Let's see, Pikachu versus Raichu. It's hard to see, sorry about that. But the episodes that contain it are Mystery at the Lighthouse, Electric Shock Showdown, and Battle Aboard the St. Anne. It also includes a full Poke Rap. By any chance, here's the tape if you wanted to see it. Honestly, when I was a kid, I loved Pikachu obviously more, and it's still my favorite Pokemon to this day. Raichu was another Pokemon I really liked. I really like Raichu. Love his design, and I just like how they did it when they made him evolve. Not Ash's Pikachu, just like how they transferred from that cute little Pikachu to an awesome looking Raichu. Not a big fan of its Alolan form. I think it's okay, but I'll stick with its original form. Let's see, another thing. I think in terms of Pokemon, like when I first got into it, other than the anime, was when the Pokemon cards. I think it was like in the really like early 2000s, like maybe 2000 itself, or maybe somewhere like 1999. One of my friends at the time let me have this bag, pretty big bag full of Pokemon cards in it. And the first card I remember ever seeing and that I remember pulling out was a Wartortle. And I really do like Wartortle because of that. It's not my favorite Pokemon, but it's definitely one that I really like because it was my first ever Pokemon card that I personally pulled out, and it was like, this is going to be mine. And let's see, another good thing. I don't think I've ever seen any of the Pokemon movies in theaters. Missed out on that, unfortunately, but I do own all the movies. Well, at least the originals. I have 1 through, I think, 7 on DVD. And I have, I think I also have all 3 of the Kalos movies. That's really good. That's a really good set of movies. I really like that. I need to collect the Diamond and Pearl ones as well sometime. It's all of them but the Arceus one. That's not my favorite. Let's see. I remember memorizing all the music from from not just the Poke Rap, but like the ending songs, like To Be a Master and let's see, what was that one song called? Yeah, I think that's pretty much all that I can remember from those, because I think it wasn't until Johto's when they started doing more of the karaoke-mon kind of little songs, and that was something I actually liked a lot. Let's see. When it comes to like the companions, Brock is definitely one that I wish stayed with them throughout most of the journey through every generation. I have heard about them returning in Sun and Moon, but it's still not enough for me to actually watch it because I still can't get over the art style and that they make Ash go back to like a corny little kid instead of him actually being more mature in X and Y. That was the reason why I really like X and Y, is because of how much mature Ash was getting. Yes, he was still 10 technically, but he looked more like maybe 14 or 15 years old. He looks so much older in X and Y than he does in the others. Let's see. My favorite starter of the 3 Kanto starters, I love them all so much, but my favorite was always Charmander, because I love Charizard. When it comes to first evolutions, I'd say Bulbasaur is probably one of my other favorites. I really, really like Ash's Bulbasaur. It's super friendly and protective and is very, very powerful. To know Solar Beam somehow. But man, his Squirtle's amazing as well from the Squirtle squad. Let's see. I think how he uses Hydro Pump is really unique. Is when he comes inside a shell, spins around, and his Hydro Pump comes out of the holes from his shell. That's a very creative way to use Hydro Pump since he doesn't have the cannons yet when he's not Blastoise. From what I remember, I think Ash's Charmander is the only one that actually fully evolved. His Bulbasaur is still Bulbasaur and his Squirtle is still Squirtle. Let's see. Hopefully one day he'll get his Pidgeot back. And it's... Hopefully Sun and Moon's animation might change. I'm hoping. I'm praying. Change the art style, Game Freak, please. I don't like it. I was finally getting back into the anime. It took me right out. But I'm going to give a try for the Pokemon 20th anniversary movie with pretty much the same name as the first episode from the first season, which was Pikachu, I Choose You, where it's an alternate reality of Ash choosing Pikachu. The main difference is because his hat is totally different. It's not Veronica Taylor, which is a very upsetting thing to hear that she's not returning for Ash's voice for this movie. I like both the voice actresses, both the old and the new. I just would prefer to hear Veronica Taylor voicing Ash in that special movie. I mean, that's the thing I was wanting the most out of it, even though he wouldn't be traveling with Brock or Misty. That was a downside here, but I think it's most disappointing that Veronica Taylor's not being Ash. Let's see. Video game wise, my first Pokemon video game ever was Pokemon Gold. Pokemon Gold was my first and still one of my favorite Pokemon games to this date. Speaking of which, I do have the Virtual Console versions, but I also have still the one I found on eBay, which I'm really glad. This is an actual original Pokemon Gold version I found for around $55. Complete inbox. Really, really good condition. Pretty sure you've seen on the unboxing for the retro unboxing with better lighting, but it does come with its manual. The only thing it doesn't come with is its advertisements. The battery was replaced, but you can hardly tell because it doesn't look like it's ever been messed with. It looks in really, really good shape. But Pokemon Gold, love it so much. Hold it near and dear to my heart. I love this game. The other Pokemon game that I say got me addicted even more wasn't until Emerald version, because that was the first gift Pokemon game I was given for like my birthday. And I remembered that day I got it. I stayed up until I think it was probably maybe like 3 or 4 in the morning. The next morning playing Pokemon Emerald, and I think I got a few badges at the time. I was training real hard, getting a lot of Pokemon, and just amazed at the time of how much the graphics have updated compared to the Gold version at the time. Funny thing is, I watched the anime first, collected the cards next, and then played the games. Gold was my first version I had. Then Emerald. And then I started, I think, going back to collect the old ones, which were Ruby and Sapphire, Fire, Leaf Green. I remember actually, I think it was like a 2000, I think it was like a year or so after I got Emerald, I went to our Walmart, and they had some Pokemon games a little bit on sale because of the Game Boy Advance was getting outdated at the time. And I found a Leaf Green version, and my mom actually purchased it for me. I wish I still had it, because, man, I regret ever selling anything boxed up like that because of how rare they are, and because of memories. But growing up, there's always new games coming out, and I always got tempted to sell something to get something. But now that I have a job, it's easier for me to keep holding on to the stuff I have because of that. Let's see. I do remember all the old commercials for Pokemon. Even for Red and Blue. For like Drake Bell playing in that one with the link cable. And when I think it was Pikachu spinning it around and tossing it across to the other building. Let's see. I remember also the Pokemon Yellow trailer. I definitely remember the what was it? I think it was the other Red and Blue commercial where they're in the van. This guy's like, "Hey little buddy, want to ride?" And his Pikachu's like, "Pikachu." Comes in, and then he's trying to capture them all into the Game Boy. That was a classic commercial, and I really, really loved the Gold and Silver commercial when it first came out. That was hilarious. That was hilarious when not hilarious. Awesome. When the trainer's just like walking by, "You've conquered Red." No, wait. What was it? You conquered Red. You've defeated Blue. You triumphed over Yellow. Oh, I can't remember what it was with Blue. It says, "Now, you're ready for the next step. Welcome to the world of Pokemon Gold and Silver." I used to watch that commercial all the time when it was on TV, and rewatched them on YouTube when Heart Gold and Silver was announced, for just having fun watching it. This has probably gone long enough, since this is almost a 20-minute video. Before I end, though, I wanted to do, say, my last memory with Pokemon as a franchise in this entire series. When I first seen Pokemon in 3D for the first time, which was Pokemon Stadium, I had that growing up. I think it was just the used cartridge, unfortunately. I think it was just that one, and also had Stadium 2. Really, really love those games. Oh, Pokemon, you need to make a Stadium 3 with minigames, a lot more minigames, maybe even like port those ones into it, but revamped with better controls, better graphics, and then also create brand new ones. Because I know you guys can do it. You can do it. Pokemon Snap was another great game. Oh, Pokemon. Love you so much. This franchise is so great. It's been out for 21 years. Man, it feels kind of odd. Well, technically in Japan. US, it's... I think it just turned 20 this year, or next year, for us in US. Which is pretty ironic that they stopped it only in Japan, but we got the stuff too. Not sure how that works, but that works well for me. Tell me in the comments below what you guys and girls think of this video, what you think of Pokemon Indigo League in general, and what your favorite season is, and or favorite episode is from the Indigo League. And who's your favorite Pokemon, by the way, too. See you guys next time, and God bless to all. You gotta catch them all.